Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome everyone to Base Camp. Thank you for being here. Jenny, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you? Happy Wednesday.
Excellent. I didn't realize my mic worked until just now when you responded. So now I'm sure it's working. Um, Excellent. And then we are joined today also by Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hello, hello.
And Sammy
Hello.
and Jillian. So, hey, this is your Bold Trail account management team, or a good chunk of us, and yeah, we'll be there for you, just like the song said.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here for today. I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I had to do it. Look up on the screen right now, if you can see it, you'll see that it says, "If you have questions during our live session today, please, pretty please, folks, use the Q&A option on your Zoom toolbar. And you'll notice that if you don't see it right across your Zoom toolbar, there is a circle with three dots that says more, right? And that's your chance to go ahead and click that and access the Q&A. Our team mans the Q&A. We don't all have access to or man the chat. So you guys might throw questions and stuff like that in the chat. Great place to, just, comments, or great place to, for fun and this and that, but not everybody's going to be in there. Okay. So if you have questions, please, pretty please, use the Q&A. And if you don't see Q&A, you just click on this little more symbol right here, the circle with the three dots. And that is our commercial for our first commercial anyway, to remind you guys to use the Q&A for questions. All right, Jenny, what are we doing today?
Ooh, okay. So I would say this is our fun session. I would say all of our sessions are fun, but I think both you and I love this one because we're going to be diving into lead generation. And I know everyone loves leads, but we're really going to be focusing on the free tools that you have. We are going to be highlighting some of our paid options that we see success in. But today we're going to just focus on the easy strategies on the free tools.
Yeah, and a lot of times in Basecamp, what we want to do is make things just easy for you to be able to use and leverage. And this is one of them. And it probably one of the most important things. Well, all of the foundation for us is super important, at least in my opinion. But look, pipeline equals paycheck, right? How many people you talk to today determines how much money you make tomorrow. That's your sales 101. If you don't have pipeline equals paycheck emblazoned in your brain or on your wall or something like that, put it there. Because how many people you talk to today determines how much money you make tomorrow. That is the biggest sales truism I know of. So yeah, this is huge. Learn how to do what you want to do a little bit every day. So, where do we want to start, Jenny?
Well, to kind of give everyone an idea of how many leads that you should be generating per day, I know that we
Mhm.
have a worksheet that we want you all to do along with us. Let me go ahead and pop that link in the chat. And this worksheet is really going to help you drill down on, how many leads you need overall in a year to hit your goal, and how many leads you need to get every day so you can hit that goal.
There we go. So, this was born out of a conversation I had probably 15 years ago, maybe longer, with an agent named Susan. Susan was really, really good at things like design. She was really, really good at understanding architecture and what made homes special and construction and all these things that made her valuable, right? Interior design, etc. But sales just wasn't her game. And, for some of you, these numbers will be easier, but for her, this is what we had to do. She was telling me she wasn't getting enough business for how long she'd been in the business. And I asked her, well, what's your minimum a day? And she's like, what do you mean? What's my minimum per day? And I'm okay, we have to start somewhere. Sales is a numbers game. Let's break it down. So first question was, how much money did you want to make per year on average? What do you want to get up to? And at the time she said 6 figures. I said, okay, well, what's average commission for your transaction? She said, 8,000. I go, okay, there you go. Now let's go ahead and divide that, by, your goal, by your commission, and that's going to come up and tell you how many deals you need in order to get that. And so that's where she came up with 12.5, and we rounded it to 13. And then, how many people do we need to talk to? How many people do we need to talk to? How many leads do we need to communicate with in order to get a deal? And depending on two things, one, kind of the market climate a little bit, and a lot about how well you sell. And I asked her, how comfortable are you selling? How do you feel about your skills in that area? Are you a closer? Do you, get with people right away? And she goes, no, that's part of the problem. I go, okay, so it's going to be 100. You're going to need 100 leads to get a deal. And out of those 100 leads, they're not all going to come automatically. It's not like you get 100 leads and then a bell goes up and goes bing, and all of a sudden you get paid. It could be 300 leads before you see that first deal, but eventually it'll even out to 100. And so that's where she was. And then we go, okay, well, that she did the math herself at that point and went 1,300 leads. I can't do it 1,300 leads in a year. And I go, I get that, but let's reduce that down to something that makes sense. Let's go ahead and give you like weekends just to go out and show people homes or take off, and go ahead and do work week. And so we did 5 work week days, and it ended up breaking down to 260 days. And what that meant is that she had it was 4 point something, under 5 leads a day. It was 4 point something. And you know me, I round up. And so, round up on your efforts, for sure. Round down your expectations, round up your efforts. That's another old sales thing. Round down your expectation, round up your effort, when it comes to what you expect to see happen. So that's what we did. And she realized that's 5 leads a day. Anybody can generate 5 leads a day from somewhere, whether you're a network person and you do a lot of networking, whether you're working some open houses, whether you're doing internet stuff or social media stuff or paid marketing or whatever. Make your day requirement for yourself be those 5 leads a day or whatever that number is to you, right? And so that's really the path that she started to take. Took her a while to get to 5. I was in communication with her for quite a bit, and she started off pretty good. Took her a little bit of time. I'd say it took her at least a couple months to get steady with 5 leads a day, but she got there, and she had a decent year the first year. I don't think she hit the full 100. I think she ended up in the 80 something. Next year, she was at the 100 plus. And then we lost contact. So, but you get the idea. This is a commission calculation sheet. This is for you guys to fill out. Jenny, thoughts, comments? I feel like I'm monologuing here. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I didn't know I was muted. I was just responding to somebody in the chat. But what I was going to say is, with knowing this example here with Susan's example, what we want you to do is fill out this form and pop in your number into the Q&A, because we are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of our session. So Woot woot. So please just pop in your number. It's fairly quick. You saw how Scott was able to go through this worksheet. And again, this is just to kind of give you an idea of how many new leads you need per day to get to how much you want to gain in the next 3 years.
Yeah, there's only 2 ways to really get leads, right? Time and money.
Yeah.
Everything in life pretty much comes down to time or money. one of the two, sometimes both. So whatever that balance is for you, figure it out and do it. But you got a time block. You have to dedicate if you want to see this become a consistent sale, and you want to do consistent sales with new people and keep building that pipeline, then you have to be consistent. And a lot of times that means time blocking. You have to schedule out, hey, I'm going to put in 90 minutes a day and did nothing but lead gen or whatever that thing is. So if you have more time, time block. If you have more money, invest. Whichever balance that is for you, find a in between maybe, but you have to be able to keep that pipeline full in order to get the result that you want. So that means setting aside some time to make that happen or some budget, one of the two. Awesome. So now what?
So if you're an agent that has the time, and like Scott said, you need to carve out time or time block, we're going to be showing you some easy ways in your Boldtrail system and how you can generate these leads. And again, we are going to also be showing some paid options, but most of these are going to be free. So our easy button that we have in the system is going to be found in our playbooks, which is called Promote a Listing. And this is
Now,
perfect.
if I want to get to playbooks, well, I'm sorry, I know that I
No, you're
just
fine.
if I want to get to playbooks and I'm here, what should I do? Right?
Oh yeah, you can use that search.
Just search. This is your Omnis search. You can find almost anything here. So just type in the word playbooks, and it's there. It's just your fastest way there, I think, in a lot of cases. And then open playbooks. Go ahead, Jane.
So even if you're an agent that doesn't have a listing, ask somebody in your office. This is going to be a win-win for both parties because you're promoting their listing, they're getting the free exposure, but you're ending up with those leads. So if you have a listing, this is a no-brainer. You should be using this playbook. This is going to walk you through how to get extra eyes on your listing. And this is what we obtained when we were asking our top producers what they did in Boldtrail to promote a listing. So if you just want something that tells you what to do next, this is a great playbook to use.
Playbooks are pretty cool. And you'll see this thing up here, it's scope, right? That's your scope, meaning whose listings am I looking at? So let's say you don't have any. When you click on my listing, you're getting nothing. Well, maybe it's your team listings or your company listings or your office's listings, right? So if it's your office's listings, find out who the listing agent is. Ask him if it's okay if you help market the place. If they just do it in writing, like always do it in an email or a text, because what you want is proof that they said, yes, you can market that listing when you go market it, just in case. So you always want to get that in writing. But borrow that listing. Usually it's okay to do it inside your own brokerage. Check with your broker, check with the listing agent, make sure it's cool. But I know some of you make arrangements where you can market listings that are outside of your offices. Choose your own adventure. Just make sure you get permission in writing. By doing it by email or text. It's just a good CYA. All right. So are we going to do one?
Yes, sorry, I was just responding to Kelly's chat.
Do we want to answer any of these live, or is everybody using the Q&A, by the way, for your questions, or using the chat?
Oh,
For
Kimberly
those
was
of you who just got here, please use the chat, the Q&A for your questions. If you don't see it on your Zoom toolbar, find this more thing. We have lots of people answering questions by the Q&A section, and it's like only probably for the most part, Jenny and I are going to look at these when we can look at these chat things. So use the Q&A for your questions, please. Go ahead, Jenny.
Oh, maybe I want to do another commercial. If you want to be entered into our giveaway at the end of our meeting, again, we're going to be giving away something really good. enter in your final number from the worksheet, how many new leads you need to generate per day. It's just a single number. Pop it in the Q&A, and then we'll call out winners at the end of the session.
Awesome.
So Jason,
Use
Kevin,
the Q&A. Use the Q&A, not
yeah,
the
Luvita,
not the
use the
chat,
Q&A.
please.
This is so our team can track whoever submitted it, and then we can call out the winners' names. And then let me go ahead and send that link again in case anyone did show up late. Boom. Copy a link. And there
This
you go.
guy here?
Yeah, I just popped it in, sorry.
Okay. All right.
Okay, perfect. So let's get started. So with a promote a listing playbook, it is going to walk you, step by step. So it's like a hand holding guide. So just choose a listing, any listing you want. Yep, click start promoting. And then I believe the first step is going to let your agent know about your property.
I love this. If it's your listing, this is great. Absolutely great. All right, then what?
So like Scott mentioned, if this is your listing, you're going to choose the office, or if you just want to send it to your teams, or if you just want to send it to specific agents, you can choose who you want to send it to. And then you already noticed that we already have an email subject line there, and we have an email template that is already filled. And then on the find matching buyers, so again, this is only sending it to agents in the system. If Scott were to send this link to me, I would click on it. It would show me my matching buyers and my Boldtrail system.
No, wait, let me see if I got that right. Let's say this listing is your listing, Jenny, and you just sent this out and Sammy got that message. She just picked up that email, right? And when they click on find matching buyers, this is going to show Sammy any matches that Sammy has in their database for your listing.
Correct.
So what you're doing is saying, I have a new listing here. If here's your matching buyers, contact him and see if you can get in on this deal.
Yes, and the way our system is able to find these matching buyers is by the search alerts that are set up on their profile. So if that listing matches the criteria that they're looking for, that's how our system is able to identify that that is a matching buyer.
So the more people you have on MLS search alerts, on those search alerts, the more matches you're going to have when these things happen and the more opportunities you'll have. So get everybody on search alerts.
And if you joined our last session, or was it our second session? Our second session about setting up on automation, we showed you the easy button on how to set up search alerts for your leads all at once.
So if you weren't here live for all of the Foundation 4, those Foundation 4 labeled trainings, then please, these guys here, here's the recordings are in here. So make sure that you see the recordings in the cheat sheets for all of your Foundation 4 pipeline building, setting up your automation, engaging with leads, and then the lead generation that we're doing today. Make sure that you're able to use all of this good stuff. And so you can go back and do the recordings if you want to. And you should. Back to you, Jenny.
Okay, perfect.
Always
Okay.
Back to you, Jenny.
Like a radio show. All right, so once you send the notification to your agents, you can go on to the next step, which is going to find the matching buyers in your system. So again, now our system is finding leads that are set up on search alerts that are potentially interested in this property.
So these people here are people who are on search alerts in my database. If this is my listing, this is showing me my matches for my listing and teeing up a message in text and then asking me to put in a date and time for a scheduled email to go out to all those individuals. What's a good time, Jenny, to send an email like that out? where it's going to get opened?
Typically anytime like after lunch, maybe around 1:30. That's when people are coming back. They're checking their email first.
Yeah, I would definitely, that 12:30 to 1:30 window is a really good window for emails because people tend to be in email during those hours more than the others. So I
Mhm.
like that. Excellent. And so that's going to send that out. Then what?
Now, I really like this tool. This is the next step is going to be creating a text code for your listing. The reason why I love text codes is because nowadays everyone is on their phone. They have a phone. They want instant gratification. This is a great way for them to send that text, and in return, you capture their cell phone numbers. And
So
a lot of yes.
no, this is like that thing that we see sometimes on TV and a lot of times on signs where it's
Mhm.
going to say, get a free demonstration, get a free brochure, get a free sample, get, what's your home worth, whatever that thing is. It's going to say, basically text Bob to 5551212. So we see these things a lot of times, calls to action, talking about text codes. And it's good for your signage, right?
Mhm.
What if
Yeah,
I
it's
don't want to use this text code right here?
well, it always pulls from the listing address. So if you want to use something else, you can go ahead and edit that by clicking on Edit Settings.
Okay, so
And
if I have 5 signs, for example, because I carry usually 4, whatever listings, maybe 5 on an average, then I can just have like permanent text codes on those 5 signs and then just change what listing they work with when I get a new listing by editing settings here, for example, right?
Mhm.
That's awesome. Love it.
Now there's just a quick thing that I want to call out to everyone. If you are an agent that uses a shared office number, some things I have noticed is that if you use a very common code, let's say homes, and you attempt to use that code, if somebody else in your office is already using it, it will let you know the code is already being in use. So just try to make it something unique to you. Like maybe, for instance, if it was Scott Carlton, maybe SC1 or SC2 or SC Home 1, something again that can tie back to you.
Yeah, it's a smart number, right? So the smart number only allows one code to one person. So there can't be 2 people who have home, right?
Mhm.
So if somebody else has home, it's gone. So what we're saying to you guys is jump in and grab the good ones, like home and homes right now in your office. Go ahead and set it up for yourself. Set up that text code. I will jump out of this at the end when we're done running through playbooks. Why don't I run over and we'll show them how to grab those text codes real quick, and you guys can be Johnny on the spot in your office.
Yeah.
I did just want to add real quick with the promote a listing playbook, the text code will be locked to that until the listing is no longer active. So just keep that in mind if you are doing a kind of more generic code. You won't be able to use it for something else while the playbook is active.
Awesome notes, Sammy. Thank you.
And Stephanie did pop in a question just to the host and panelists. She asked, this wouldn't apply if the agents have their own smart number, correct? And so yes, correct, Stephanie. If you have your own smart number that's not shared with your office, then this tip that we just shared won't really apply because you own that number, so you can have that code.
You can have all the codes. That's
Yeah.
your smart number, right? All the codes are yours. But this still works the same way. So yes,
Mhm.
regardless of whether you're on your own smart number or the office, it works. It all works. But obviously, the benefit to having your own smart number is that it's just yours. All the calls just go to you, regardless of anything.
Mhm.
And you can use this in an unlimited fashion for marketing and not have to run into other people already having a text code.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now that we went over the text code, the next step is leveraging social media.
Ah,
So, and this is really fun because when you get to this step, good, property boost first. Sorry, didn't realize that.
well,
Before we
that's
get to
social
social
media.
media, yeah.
It's just
Uh,
paid social media.
Now, property boost, if you have a listing, you've probably heard us say it before. If you have a listing, use property boost. This is a no-brainer. You should be using this. This is one of our most tangible lead paid source that we have. And I think we also have a new version of it, which is like a motion picture. No, that sounds like a movie. Sorry, like a motion ad. So it
A
like
motion
changes.
picture.
It like transitions to the next photo and has music. It's really pretty. But this is again the hands down our most favorite paid lead gen ad that we have here.
Yeah, I think it's the most tangible. Any agent, without having to get into a long-term commitment on your budget, anybody could just, I have a listing to market. I can reach into my funds for $70 or less and be able to get this run for a week of marketing that generates leads for me. So pretty cool.
Does it give you the option to do the motion on? No, not
The
here
new
anyways.
one,
Yeah, but doesn't look like it.
not here yet.
Okay, it's fine. But it is in your marketplace if you want to take a peek at it. So the next step is social media. Now, the cool thing about this is that you don't have to lift a finger. It already created squeeze pages and landing pages for you. Scott just clicked on the link so you could see how it looks.
So as long as you're logged in to your Facebook or Meta account, then I don't know that this is the one that I post. Look at that photo. Although if it's a super deal, somebody might want an investment property, they can do that. But unless, wait, is that manufactured? Anyway, you get the idea. Pick a place. Here's some tips. If you're going to do a boost, if it's your listing and you social post, that's fine. If you're doing things like boosting, pick a listing that is in an area where listings are selling, that's in a moving market. Pick a listing that's priced correctly. Pick a listing that's attractive to people. Pick a listing with great photos. Those are the things that'll get you more clicks, right? If it's a matter of this is your listing, I am positive that somebody could have taken better photo than this and made it their primary photo for the MLS. So guys, the reason these people are on the internet and they're responding to things is because they want pictures of houses for sale with price. Don't use bad pictures. Just don't. It's come on. Use good photos. And if this is your listing, I apologize for saying that. There you go. Anyway, yeah, this is so this tees this up for you. So now what? We can put in our call to action, right?
Yep.
So whatever it is that you want to put in there, drop in there. And then I do recommend that you use emojis here and there, right?
Mm-hmm. Add pops of
So
color.
what was that?
Oh, sorry, just to add pops of color to gravitate
It
eyes.
pulls the eye, right?
Mhm.
And the idea is to pull the eye. Now, a little teeny bit of a pro tip is to do something like well, never mind, is to go ahead and make sure that you use, and this is Jenny's pro tip, right? What about that text code?
Oh yeah, that text code,
And
yeah.
this is a pro tip from Jenny. This is that you gave us when we were doing this last time. So you can put in another call to action. Get this sent to you. Text.
Homes.
Yeah, home. That's an easy one, right?
Yeah.
just do text to home. There we go, or whatever. So throw in your emojis, pull their eye, give them a call to action. What's in it for them to click? What can they expect to get, or how can they expect to benefit by clicking on your ad? So that's really what you're focusing on when you're filling out this area up here on the top of your post. We'll tee the post up for you. You fill out the calls to action. Yeah.
I love that you did the call out for the text code.
Hey, I
It's
love
really
that
good.
you suggested that in our last session. You rock. So what's the difference between a
Okay.
squeeze page and a landing page? I think that's something everybody tends to ask.
Yeah. Well, in my definition, I would say a landing page is a virtual ad where you can promote anything you want to promote. So it gives you that
Mhm.
flexibility. Whereas a squeeze page is really focusing more on listings and MLS data. So just
Mhm.
again, depending on what information you want to put out there, if you want to add your own flair to it, then use landing pages. But if you want something that's super easy and it has MLS data, so you don't constantly have to update it every time, use squeeze pages.
Gotcha. So with the landing page, they look different and your lead capture comes in a lot different. Instead of being embedded where you click, you get to the listing, and then when you're looking at pictures, it pops up and asks you to log in. A landing page is often going to say, log in right now, log in first, right? And so you can set up different types of lead capture for these, but this automatically sets this up for your listing. So then if you wanted to share that out, you could just click on this green thing here and it'll pull it up for your different venues and make it easier.
And I really like this landing page compared to the ones that you can just build on your own. It's really pretty.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, Z. Anyway, so there you got, X here still has a Twitter icon. We can change that. And then you've got your LinkedIn right here. So if you wanted to post that listing into your LinkedIn, and I know some people utilize LinkedIn pretty good and generate some leads. But remember, when you're doing the social networking stuff, typically these are people that you already know, right? These are
Yeah.
people, or well, it depends. LinkedIn can be very different. A lot of people, there's a lot of people in LinkedIn who just friend up and don't really know each other very well. But it just depends on how you manage your LinkedIn, right? But that's all people you know. What about people you don't already know? Where can we market for that? As if I wasn't already teeing this up.
Well, I don't know.
I'm leading
Now,
you, Jenny. Guiding you.
now, now, this feature is one of our free tools, and it's one of our most popular ones too. Some of you may be weary about it, but Craigslist does get new set of eyes onto your listing, and it's free exposure. So I believe there's an extension that you have to download, but once you have that extension, when you click generate, is it generate text code right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll do it. I promise.
Okay.
Here we go. But I want you to, this is one of my favorite things because it's like a magic trick. And when we're done showing you the magic trick, then I'll show you how to get the extension so you can do it too. So here's the generate text code. I'm going to click on that. And that's one. Now I'm going to hit post to Craigslist. And look, Ma, no hands.
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, it's just doing it. I'm doing nothing here. It's just doing it. So it does this for you. It tees up the whole thing and sets up your post for you so that you can publish. If you want to, you can edit your images, maybe sneak in a QR code, huh? And you can edit your post if you want to, if you see something you want to edit. And look, your custom text code is already in here with that call to action, ready to go. Details and pics.
That's pretty
There you
easy.
go.
Yeah, I like how
That's it for you,
Yeah.
which is sweet.
Yeah, all you need
Easy
to
button,
do.
guys.
Yeah, all you need to
Or go
do is,
ahead.
I think it's like 2 clicks and then the magic happens and then you just hit publish when you're done.
Okay. So see this thing up here, right there? And yes, it still says KB Core, but hey, I don't care. This is an extension. So if you're on, you should be on Chrome. If you're working with Boldtrail, you should be on Chrome. You just should. It works best on Chrome. So if I were to go over here and I were to go Chrome extensions in Google, for example, I get like really shiny hair. No, I would get extensions, Chrome Web Store right here. And I can type into here KB Core. And yes, I know it's not Boldtrail. It still says KB Core. Go with it. And so I can come over here and I can click and install it. You'll see mine is already installed. That's why it's working. Now, once you do that and you install it, the next move is they want you to click on it and click set URL. And what that does is it'll zoom down to your specific location so that you're posting into the absolute correct Craigslist area. So it does it for you. So Chrome Web Store extensions, right? Chrome Web Store and KB Core. Type that in and you'll see that you can install it right then and there. Once you do, you set your URL by clicking on the set URL button. It'll find your location. You're gold. You're good to go. Ta-da. Now, Jenny, down here on this thing that says virtual tour, that's just pulling in the virtual tour you already have and then setting it up to post. Is that right?
No, from my understanding, it is just like a slideshow of the photos of the property.
Let's look at it. I always thought it's like if it's in the MLS, we post the one you already have, but maybe not. Do we do
maybe not.
this?
No, it looks like it was from a third party.
Yeah, so this is going to pull from whatever you have in the MLS for a virtual tour or whatever
Sammy,
somebody has.
are you able to confirm if, let's just say this listing did not have a virtual tour, would it have that link already? Would our system create one or no?
Sorry, I
It's
was
okay if you don't know.
what,
For the
oh, the
virtual
Craigslist?
tour, oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
For the virtual tour, let's pretend this listing did not have a link, a
Mhm.
virtual tour link from a third party. Would our system generate something or no? Do you
I
know?
don't believe so.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, so it is pulling
From the
from
MLS.
whatever the MLS has for a virtual tour and then making it postable for you, which is
Yes.
pretty cool. I
Mhm.
like it. I can just hit post. And now, is it going to be a nice lead capture situation like the squeeze page? No. So
Unless
unless you
the
have
virtual
great
tour.
lead capture in your virtual tour, right?
Yeah.
But now you're going to their lead capture, and that lead capture probably isn't going to get that person into your Boldtrail dashboard. So you can use it, but I prefer to use the squeeze page because I know that if somebody gives me their info, it's going to go into my Boldtrail, and now I've got them set up on follow-up plans. Cool.
I like the idea of using text codes. I want their phone number and I want it now.
Awesome. Well, let's get into that because we said we would, right? Also, just really quick, we did leverage social media, follow up and communicate. Let's say that it is your listing and what you want to do, and especially if you've done property boost, because it'll really pump up your stats, you want to send the seller that you're representing, you want to send the seller a report on how much traffic they're getting to their listing from your marketing efforts. This sets that up for you automatically. So if it's your listing and you want that info going to your seller, pump it in there. Now, one of the really cool things you can do is have it go back to you, right? Is you can have it go to you instead, look at the info, and then if you like it, forward it to the seller. That's something that you can also do there. I always like to do that. But if you're doing property boost, folks, and it's a decent listing, decent area, decent energy, you're going to get amazing stats. Your seller will appreciate it. They will see that you are working for them. And then you can always take, and this is kind of cool, I can put these guys on a listing specific smart campaign if I want to. So if I have a campaign just for this listing or just for this area that I've created to drive business with, I can put them on that smart campaign, which is kind of cool. Anybody who becomes lead on this property on that very smart campaign. So just for you guys who like to get, roll up your sleeves and get into the campaigns, this is a treat. All right, Jenny, I'm going to close out of that and just we're ready to jump into text codes. And we told people we'd show them how to get one. So let me get over to Lead Engine. Lead Engine is basically all things lead gen, right? Within the program, I'm going to click on lead gen. And Jenny, what is this? How do I do a text code? Right here on text code, right?
Yep. From there, you'll click on that green button on the far right that says Add New. And you'll have
Awesome.
the ability to create your custom code.
Everybody do home now.
And then if somebody were to text home, they can get information about a specific listing, or you can have a custom message.
So I can click this, and if I have MLS ID, I just enter in the MLS ID of that property here to make it work with that listing. But let's say it's some other marketing thing, and I want to send them to a custom page I've created or something. Maybe I created a custom page with lead capture, or I want to send them to a specific landing page. I can click message, put in the message and a link to the page I want them to go to, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can put in a squeeze page or another page.
What about hashtag? It says hashtag here.
So hashtags is going to be it's just going to be within our system. It's a great way to group up leads. So if somebody were to text your code, they would have that hashtag applied onto their profile. So you can easily find all of those leads with that hashtag. And then with that hashtag, you can mass text, mass email, or even track them in the Vitals tab.
Sweet. So basically, I can take any lead that comes in off this text code and I can trigger into campaigns. I can send them to a specific, I can send them to stuff. I can assign them. I can sort and filter them. Hashtags give us the ability to do a lot of stuff. And then obviously your smart number should be here. But if you have your own, then you go over to your own agent smart number and click on that. Cool. Any
Now,
other applications you can think of for smart number?
no, but I just wanted to point out, I know that you see like a lot of other numbers, as if you were an agent without an admin role, you're only going to see either your shared office number, but if you have your own, you'll also see your own number. You will not be able to see anyone else's.
Sure. Good call out.
But
Excellent.
I can't
So
really think of anything else. I don't know if
yeah,
Sammy or
this
Julia.
is, if
Oh,
you're
sorry.
doing offline marketing where you're doing flyers and you're flyering apartment buildings for first time buyers, make your rent, your mortgage, text text homeowner to 555-1212, whatever that call to action is, remember that you have the ability to send them to anything you want to once they do that text. And then you can use the hashtag to set them up on a campaign to give them home buying tips. You can really drill into this. We've covered that in funnels pretty well on an earlier Basecamp. So if you go into the Basecamp recordings, you can find that we did one of these in the past for funnels. So take a look, you'll see lead funnels and you can learn how to do stuff like that if that's what you want to do. Awesome. Okay, so We've got that. What's next?
Let's see. We have about 15 minutes left. Let me see what else we can quickly
I'm going to
highlight.
rapidly click on listings, and I'm going to go ahead and rapidly click on a listing. And under more actions here, guys, you have a QR code for every listing right now that already exists. In fact, if you want to market yourself with QR codes, go to your Web and IDX and go to embeds. And this is the QR code for your website. You have a QR code already built for your website. This should be on your business cards. This should be on everything. This should be on your online stuff. You should be using this to drive people to your website. Give them a call to action. See all homes for sale in Boca Raton, right? Whatever that thing is, that you're trying to do with your website, use that QR code. So you have one again under Web and IDX, then embeds, and you'll see your QR code and a place where you can just put in your listing and get a QR code for that from here too.
Would it be possible if I can share my screen? Because I really want to take the rest of the time to show them landing pages, squeeze pages, and share tips on what times to post. That way we have a few more minutes at the end to call out our winners.
Sounds
Let
good to
me
me.
go ahead and hit share. Woohoo. Okay, so I'm going to jump into Lead Engine, and I'm going to show you our old school method of landing pages. Then I'll show you our new school method of landing pages. Then I'll quickly create a squeeze page, and then I'll share some times on when you should be posting. But again, these are going to be some recommendations. You should try to see which time frame works best for you. So for landing pages, I know we went over this earlier. This is just one of our, let's see, start building. This is our virtual ad where you have the flexibility of promoting anything you want to promote. So you can go ahead and edit these text here, or maybe you don't like them and you want to just remove them. You could double click and have it very straightforward. I know one of our most popular options would be using video and including lead capture. This will only work if you have a YouTube video. Now, this is, again, I mentioned this earlier, this is our old school method. Now, we do have a newer version of it if you want more of that flexibility. The only thing I see that with agents is that they take a little bit more time to build it out because they want it to be super perfect. So if you are wanting to have more flexibility of modifying that, go to your Web and IDX, click on Pages, and you can choose from any of these landing pages that we have here. Now, these are just recommendations, but I see a lot of agents using the open house layout just to promote an actual listing. It could be maybe just reduced, or maybe you're doing not an open house. This is an open house. Maybe you're doing a just listed, or maybe a just sold. And you can easily swap out these pictures here. And I know we've done a session about using landing pages to generate leads. And I believe we're going to be doing one later this quarter. So I'm not really going to do a deep dive in here, but you'll notice you have more of that flexibility of designing your page.
So
Now,
without having to come up with a layout, you could just edit this.
yep, exactly.
Cool.
So again, it's really your choice. Do you want something super easy, but you still want that flexibility? Or do you want that full flexibility of having the full design mode of how you want your page to look like? Now, if you're like me, you want something super easy, super quick. And if that's the case, use squeeze pages. Squeeze pages is only going to be pulling data from your MLS. So the reason why I love squeeze pages more is because if you're posting a squeeze page today for, let's say, reduced homes, you can use that same link 6 months from now, 10 years from now, if you're, because it's going to be pulling listings that matches the criteria that you've plugged in here. And this really helps because if you're posting on, let's say, Facebook, Instagram, they're looking for they're looking for relevant data. Your squeeze pages are constantly getting updated by your MLS, whether that could be as quick as 15 minutes, on average 2 hours, or maybe let's just say they update once a day. At least those platforms see that it's getting updated. So by default, it's getting pushed up to the top.
Oh, okay. That's pretty awesome. Are you gonna, well, when you do your squeeze pages, we want to make sure that we're adding calls to action
Oh, yeah.
into the top. When we do that, make sure to tell them to save the page, because this page updates by itself
Yes.
with the MLS on a regular basis. You can also use squeeze pages without lead capture to engage your existing contacts. So you can use it for your sphere of influence by hitting never, like Jenny's showing you, under the lead capture options, and then send it to your sphere of influence for that specific area. Send them a squeeze page of price reduced homes, golf course homes, whatever that group is for. You can get them targeted squeeze pages to give them specific types of listings to get them engaged and keep them coming back to your website.
Oh, yeah. Good call out for the sphere here. Because before I'd always say never use never. Now I know.
Never say never, Jenny, except
No, except for your sphere. So
yeah.
so I really like that. Now you'll notice that we have sold here. Some of you may be lucky and you might have sold data. Some of you will not have sold data. But if you do, you can use this page here. But our most popular one, and then let me know if you have a different popular one, Scott, from out of all of our squeeze pages, Market Report, hands down, is the most favorited one because this targets all types of leads, buyers, sellers, and those renters. Because they're going to be, oh, sorry.
No, it's kind of status agnostic. You're able to send that out to just anyone and give them a report on a specific area. And it doesn't matter where they're at in the process, or whether they're a buyer or a seller or a renter or a, or a personal trainer. It just doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now, I did create a seller squeeze here for Scott, and let's just check the history.
Well, thank you.
I think I did it for Carlsbad, and if you are in the San Diego area, you would know Carlsbad is in a nice beachy area.
Nice North County location.
Yeah.
Coastal.
And so this is the seller squeeze page. So when somebody clicks on it, they'll get an average home value of homes in that area. And when they put in their address, they'll be able to see a report here. Let's just see, 123 Main Street. Let's do that.
El Camino in San Diego.
In San Diego.
Verify your info. Pretty cool.
It will you could see your report here. I know that if they put in their address and they don't input their email or anything like that, this will be locked. And like if you were to post this on not Craigslist, on Facebook, let me pull up Facebook now because I'm logged in there. Let's see. So, so I can see this is how it looks like, and then now I can go ahead and post. Now, I know Scott mentioned adding colors to it, so I can add like, emojis in here. I know I have a lot of cats, so I'm just going to choose them for now since it's right there.
Meow.
Meow. There you go. Oh, I had that good opportunity.
Buy this house, right meow.
Meow. Yeah. But yeah, you can add those pops of colors and then post it there. Now, we all know you have Facebook. Some of you might have Instagram. Some of you may have X. Some of you may be using mobile apps like, what is it? Yeah, I guess Instagram. TikTok. Okay, yeah, TikTok. Snapchat, if anyone is still using Snapchat. And there are some times that an account has shared with me, and he just gathered this information from his agents in his office, and he has multiple offices throughout that area. And he found that these times were really good depending on what platform you're on. So if you're on Facebook, for instance, a great time to post is between 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they got really high traffic or high responses on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I know Instagram is also popular, so if you post anytime between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, those usually get high responses as well, or just high engagement. And then if you're on TikTok, anytime between 7 to 10 or 7 to 10 a.m. or 7 to 11 p.m., Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Now, we are going to be sharing these time frames and best days on our sheet. But what we really want you to understand is that you need to be posting consistently 3 to 5 times a week. And a best practice is for you to check your data regularly so you can see what time frames work best for you. Because John Smith may see great success posting at 9 a.m. on Facebook on Wednesdays, but Sally Jones sees better success posting around 11 a.m. on Thursdays. Sorry, is there anything you want to add, Scott?
No, I think that's good. I
Okay.
think that's good info.
Okay.
Yeah, test it, right? There's this
Yes.
whole thing that called market, and then market. In other
Yeah.
words, you market and then you write it down, market, and
Yeah.
then you go ahead and market according to whatever data you just saw. So market, and market.
So I know we have a few minutes left, so sorry for going over time. Want to call out our winners? Julia and Sammy, do you want to call them out?
Sure. Sammy, do you want to go first?
Oh yeah. So before we do that, sorry, we're going to be calling out 4 winners today, and those winners will get a property boost coupon. So for those who posted in the Q&A, the lucky ladies, Julia and Sammy, will be calling those winners now. So handing the baton to you.
I'm just making one more adjustment to my list because I see
Okay.
one that just came through a little bit ago. So I want to make sure that name's on here too. Sammy, are you good?
Yes. Let
All right,
me.
I'll let you go first.
Perfect. All right. Looks like the first person we've got is Carrie Kendrick.
Woo!
Awesome.
Congrats,
Hey,
Carrie.
that was the one I had. Just kidding.
Nice.
Now I can't draw.
Let's do one more. And I think I might have put it wrong in here. I think it's Whitney Jerkins. I'll double check to
Woohoo!
make sure the name's correct, but
Is it Whitby?
Congrats.
I think it's Whitby Jerkins.
it is
Yeah.
Whitby. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Here we go. All right. Are we ready for mine?
Yes.
I feel like we should have like a drum roll playing while Sammy and I do
Okay.
this. This is fun.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have done it. Should have done it for
No, it's
Sammy.
okay. I feel like Vanna White right now, spinning the wheel over here. All right. Our first person is Christine Zidek.
Woohoo, Christine.
All right.
Tell
We're
'em
gonna
what they've
spin our
won,
little wheel
Johnny.
one more time. I feel like I should be like flourishing and looking at a board or something like that. And our other winner is Kimberly Stanford.
Woohoo, Kimberly.
Awesome.
Woo. So if you didn't hear, the winners, those 4 lucky winners, are going to get a property boost coupon. That does cover the 7-day option. So make sure you choose the 7-day, because if you choose the 3-day option, or you won't get any credit. If you choose the higher plans, you won't get a discount. So choose the 7-day option.
Always.
And here is the QR code for our doc that has all of our free marketing tools that we went over today, plus that worksheet that Scott went over earlier today, in case you want to redo it again. And at the end, at the bottom of the page, we'll also have the timeframes of when to post on social media.
And we link back to how to pretty much everything that we've just covered, where the articles are on how to do those things, everything you need. By the way, give yourselves a giant pat on the back, a round of applause for being here. It means you care about being able to leverage what you have to drive your business, and that matters. That absolutely matters. That means that you're interested in growing and thriving. And so great job being here. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. And then what's next week? What are we going over next week? Is it circle prospecting? I think so.
Circle prospecting. Awesome. So for
Yes.
those of you who want to learn how to get more listings, right? Learn how to get more listings, make more contacts. Maybe you want to own a specific location and be the realtor they think of when they think about real estate in a specific neighborhood or area. Circle prospecting is amazing. It is. It should be part of everybody's personal marketing plan.
Yay, perfect. Yeah, I like circle prospecting. You taught me a lot there, Scott. So looking forward to seeing everyone next week, and thank you all for joining. Bye, everyone.
Bye, folks.